Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for us to have a bit of a chat about the latest Gacha Smack livestream. If you go ahead, you take a look at this thumbnail, you take a look at the face that he's making, you take a look at the title, right? This looks like the start of some pretty crazy drama, right? This sounds like the start of a pretty wild situation. When you consider the history that Gacha Smack and I have had with some of the spats that we've had in the past, not really too much of a surprise to some people, right? But what's safe to say is we're on great terms. We're actually going on a podcast this weekend to talk about Wuwa's endgame. And the situation that I want to talk about right now is why this stream title even looks like this and why this stream title even happened. And I want to make one thing clear. When it comes to this whole thing, I've got no issues at all with Smack. I've got no bad blood. I want to make that abundantly clear. But I do have a bit of a situation that I need to explain for the individuals that went ahead and caused this to occur. One thing is straight about what happened. Smack went ahead and heard from the grapevine through his DMs that I was reacting to his video in bad faith, that I was going ahead misrepresenting his arguments, causing issues, and of course trying to make him look bad, right? That's not what I did. I went into a react. We talked about Wuwa's endgame. I went into the actual TOA myself, did a couple of practice runs, went ahead, tried out rotations with a bunch of different teams to augment my arguments or, you know, just augment the examples that I'm showing. And that's why the video is an hour and 30 minutes. Right? Everyone that's there, everyone that's seen it, knows that's what's going on. But the thing is, there were some people whispering in Smack's ear, a little bit like the Thenodian in Wuthering Waves, to be honest, that I'm doing all of these evil and bad things. If you go ahead and you stick around a little bit in this chat, what you'll identify, right? I'll just go ahead and show the chat replay over here. And would you look at that, ladies and gentlemen? It is none other than Ryuku Sensei. And isn't it surprising that on this video, that clearly, right, or on this live stream, that clearly seems like the start of some drama, you see Ryuku typing statements like this. Should be reported, to be honest. You see Ryuku typing statements like this within the first 18 minutes. And you want to know what Smack says himself in this live stream? He was only live streaming this because of some crazy claims that he was being sent in the DMs about what I was doing. Isn't it interesting that we have Ryuku Sensei over here, there from the start of the stream, and he's already talking shit about me within the first 20 minutes before Smack has even really started the react to my react? A little bit interesting what's going on over here, right, ladies and gentlemen? So this is just an excerpt from the live stream, but we actually have a little bit more glue. My chatters went ahead. They saw the behavior that was going on from Ryuku Sensei, and they decided to keep some logs to see what exactly this guy was typing. Here are some of the examples. We saw the one from over here. It's called being disingenuous. This is his response to how I'm reacting to Smack's video. And then would you look at this? Ryuku, the guy that isn't even involved in the situation, is begging Smack to check his DMs. This is the natural conclusion that I feel like most people would come to. Ryuku Sensei is the one that reached out to Smack and was going ahead and claiming all of these monstrous, absurd, ridiculous things that I was doing during my react. And so he prompted Smack to actually go on. Well, again, this is just my headcanon. I feel like he was one of the individuals that was prompting Smack to do whatever this is. To start off the stream like this, because I'm going to be real here, right? He does a bit of like a preamble, talking a bit about like how, oh, you know, I hope this isn't anything crazy, but I heard it really is. And I don't know, guys. Why would the guy that has nothing to do at all with this situation be the one demanding, begging Smack to check his DMs, unless he was somebody that was already sending DMs in the first place? Little bit interesting, isn't it? Little bit of a crazy situation. And this is the stuff, right? Ryuku has been on the record crashing out about me for the longest period of time, right? This is a excerpt actually from Ryuku's Discord, where he went ahead and because Captain Cabinets, another CC, agreed with my take, Ryuku spread the misinformation that she must be in love with me. That there's no way somebody would agree with my take, and so he's literally headcanoning ships between other CCs to explain why nobody is agreeing with his takes. What a fucking weirdo. What a fucking freak. This guy's married. This guy is a teacher. He influences youth. And this guy is going ahead saying shit like this to try to reason with the fact that people don't think his takes are good? This is like shit you would read from a fucking high schooler. This is absurd. This is fucking ridiculous. And this is the thing. I have an explanation for why all this is going on. It's because I think I ruined this guy's career. And you want to know what the awful thing is, or really the ironic thing about this, is that I didn't actually ruin his career. He did. Because all you need to play is the first part of my video, and you can see why Mr. Ryuku Sensei doesn't really get views anymore. You'll notice this video was released about 2 months ago. And about 2 months ago is when his channel had an absolute diabolical fall off. So let's just play a little bit of this vid that we made recounting some of the prior dramas Mr. Sensei has been in.
You are a leech, you are a parasite, you are a fucking cancer, and you need to be removed.
He's on the record saying those things publicly on streams. That's actually the stream where he said that. People have seen him for what he truly is. He's somebody that says he doesn't like drama, that he refuses to step into drama, that it's something that's beneath him. And yet you look at his channel nowadays, and because he's been exposed as an absolute freak, well, who would have thought he's getting into drama? So this guy is both a hypocrite, he's also an asshole, and based off of this, clearly somebody that enjoys spreading misinfo. First, he spreads misinfo about CCs and their relationships to rationalize how dog shit his takes are with his viewers. And then it's clear he'll just show up in other CCs chats with the full purpose of trying to instigate. If you look at these messages, it is so 1,000,000% clear this guy is trying to instigate drama between me and Gacha Smack, because this guy does not like me. And so, he is slithering into DMs like a snake to try to spread these dog shit takes about my spread these dog shit takes about my videos so that he can try to get people talking shit about me and creating a situation for me. And this is the thing, right? It makes sense why he would want to do this. Because he got fucking chopped up, cooked, and served as a fucking Christmas platter by myself. He got fucking ruined in these videos. And it's so deserved. You can check them out yourself. Because this guy has been on the craziest series of crash outs I've ever seen in the history of Gacha. That's why I call it the worst crash out in Gacha history. Because bro just starts screaming. Wait. Surely we can play a clip from here.
Yes, we do. It's in the fucking timeline, dude.
I didn't even know it got worse, to be honest. I kind of forgot how bad it was.
Yes, this dark, desolate is what they were looking at. And what they were looking at, you can see the peaks and valleys on that trailer.
I didn't even know it got worse. Guys, just so you know, we're talking about a Gacha game trailer.
Jesus Christ.
Players wanted the most. I think, like, that's not really, like...
No, dude. No, that literally is. That fucking is. No, you are actually pissing me off right now. No, what people were looking for is what they looked at most. And you can see what they were looking at most on the fucking timeline.
That's what I do in my video. I simply recount the ways that this guy has treated other people in the past. All I do is showcase these incidents. And people are watching this. And they're saying, what the fuck is wrong with this guy? What is wrong with this dude? How does he talk like this about video games? Or more specifically, he's crashing out because of the most replayed chapter feature in a video. Like, literally, this part right here is what he is crashing out about. Guys, this person is irrational. I thought we already settled the issue because once again, we absolutely cook this guy. I think he still hasn't recovered at all in terms of like viewership or like community engagement. And so he's going ahead and now actively trying to sabotage mine. But the thing is, nobody bought it. It didn't work, right? You can just see from the live stream over here. Smack and I had a bit of a conversation over here. And it's like I could see where this. I talk about the points in my video, do all of that, and we get off, we have a great time. Just shoot the shit. Awesome call. No issues at all. We're probably better after this call than we've ever been in the history of our business relationship. That's my point of view, is this call, like our relationship level just like increased after this one. And it's ironic that that's what ends up happening when it's 100% clear that this was prompted, this entire stream, this entire engagement, all of this, it was prompted by people that are trying to get us to fight each other. And this is the thing. It's not just Ryuku Sensei. A middling CC whose career is closely reaching its expiration date. It's also another CC who's been budding, trying to grow for 3+ years, who also happens to be Gacha Smack's mod. I do feel like this is something he needs to address. Loki Harbor over here, you might be familiar. It's called Loki Gacha, for his YouTube channel. This is an individual who's Gacha Smack's mod, and he was 100% also trying to stir up drama between me and Smack the entire live stream. There's even more evidence of the stuff that he was saying, where he's going ahead, he's spreading misinformation about me in chat. People quote what he says, and then he's telling people to stop lying when all they did was take his message and reply to it. And then he proceeds to ban all of my viewers from chat. And this is all the stuff people said. My bad, bro. It was Loki Gacha, obviously. Boom. Banned. And he banned maybe 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, could be more from my chat. This guy doesn't realize that this is actually hurting Smack's career. Because what if I raid Smack and half of my viewers are banned by a power-tripping dipshit mod and then think, you know what, I don't feel like staying for the stream because I can't type. And so I raid Smack, half of my viewers are banned from this dipshit, and they just want to leave. Because they can't engage with the fucking stream. This mod is literally sabotaging his growth on Twitch. And banning people over 1 or 2 messages. There are chatters who simply said, Io, Ryuku, Sensei. They're all in the chat. And then he banned them for saying that. Guys, I hope you realize what's going on. This man is insecure, naturally, because of the videos that I've made on him. I have a video over here where I basically react to this guy, completely eviscerate him for 49 minutes, farm the fuck out of his ass because he decided to try to farm me. And brother, he has not been able to get me off of his mind ever since. He got a taste, and I think he's addicted. And I mean this in the, just the most inoffensive way possible. But the way that I would describe this guy is maliciously gay. And the reason why I say maliciously gay is because of this. All you need to do is look at the thumbnail directly to the left of me. He's got a picture of Gacha Smack, myself, and then just read some of the stuff over here. For Gacha Smack, we got probably based, good objective takes, might goon from time to time. And then for me, the first line is, has a micro penis. Hey fellas, Is it normal for a video that talks about gacha game takes to reference somebody's penis in the thumbnail? Fellas, is that well-adjusted, typical behavior? When the topic is gacha games? Probably not. No, probably not. And so, when I see somebody bring it up, reference it, talking about other people's penises in a context that absolutely does not warrant it, there's really no excuse for it. That's why I call this guy maliciously gay. It's fine. Hey, if that's the way you swing, no problems at all. But when you're at the point where you're doing shit like this because of how gay you are, that's malicious. And you can be maliciously straight as well. Just want to make sure I'm making it clear. You can do it the other way as well. And this is the thing. This guy also has some pretty damn severe issues with me. You can see over here, he really cannot stop making content about me. Pretty much at every single opportunity, no matter what I do. And the thing is, well, he got a good amount of growth out of it, right? But naturally, the well's beginning to run dry because people see this guy and they're like, okay, there's nothing really worth watching over here. And so, naturally, right, he's taking the same path as Ryuku and trying to sow as much drama as possible between Smack and I, because you can tell he wants to suck both of our dicks. It's a bit of an issue. And he's directly sabotaging Gacha Smack's Twitch channel at the exact same fucking time. In Loki Gacha's confusion, he proceeded to hurt himself and the person he mods for at the same time. Because this is what I'm thinking now. Why would I ever raid Gacha Smack ever again, knowing that Loki is in there and is going to ban half of my chatters on the basis of being my chatters? I literally don't want to. Because I feel like now, anytime I raid him, people are gonna have to deal with this fucking guy. They can't even type in chat if he's gonna ban people for random fucking shit. Which he's clearly doing over here. Because I have, like, a literal repository in Discord of people that got banned over literally nothing. And he's gonna do it again. And again and again. Because this guy is obsessed to a degree that is uncomfortable to the normal person. The hate is so real. And the right word to use for it, I think, is Saint derangement syndrome. And a lot of people have it. Ryuku, this guy, and plenty more, right? That we don't need to really talk about because they're not particularly relevant. I do think that, like, it's like something about 7 out of... Yeah, whatever. It doesn't really matter, right? At the end of the day, I think that this is something that just needs to be addressed across the community. Because you're going to notice that a lot of these CCs that you may have put on a pedestal, right? A lot of these CCs that you might have had a lot of respect for because of some of the takes, some of the videos, some of, like, the movements that they've been a part of in the past, they've exposed their true colors. And I really do think it's time for all of these misdeeds and this clear fucking malicious intent gets recognized as a whole. Because my, oh my, oh my, oh my, is this behavior pathetic from somebody who's closer to 40 than they are to 30. Grow the fuck up, you fucking freaks. How am I over here with less than a decade? With a decade behind in life of how this world works, and I'm the one that's more mature in this fucking circumstance. Because holy shit, is this some fucking playground, backyard bullshit that you see a 40-year-old man getting into. This is cringe as hell. This is cringe as hell. Everything here is just cringe as hell. And people gotta know. Because when you got these figureheads in the community that are obviously losing every shred of relevance they've had, I think it's part of my responsibility to do my work in expediting this end. Because this guy is nothing but a fucking disaster for Wuthering Waves. Or even just gacha gaming as a whole. Especially when you know that this is the shit. This is the shit that these guys are up to. And one thing to note is, especially when it comes to this Loki Gacha freak, I have chatters who literally have said they won't watch Smack on Twitch because Loki's there. Because he destroys the vibe so fucking bad with his behavior on stream. Straight up. I think it's Andre as well. Those guys are literally killing Smack's stream. At least for my chatters. And this is the thing. It is without a doubt, no lie at all to say, I am one of the bigger Wuthering Waves streamers on the platform. And I've rated Smack before. I would like to keep doing so, but imbeciles like this are making it really fucking hard. That'll be that for this one, ladies and gentlemen. Hopefully we've painted enough context for what's going on over here. And naturally, right, I could be incorrect about who's sending DMs to who. That's why I say it's my headcanon. But this, to me, is enough evidence for me to draw my own conclusions. The fact that this guy, who has no stake at all in this drama, or in this interaction between me and Smack, is this invested and wants to have his thoughts on the matter sent to Smack directly to this high of a degree. This tells me, this message over here tells me all I need to know. And hopefully, maybe it'll be the same for you. Let me know what you all thought. Peace.